Okie dokie, let's talk about Hyrox. Okay, so this is what we're going to go through. How I got here, how my training's been going, what I expect on the day of the race, issues that I've had so far, maybe some kit that I've been wearing, my coach who's been coaching me, and why I probably shouldn't have done a 58km ultra halfway through my training block. Chapter 1, how did I get here? So honestly, how did I get here? Because last year, I didn't say I will never do this again, but I was definitely shell-shocked by the Hyrox that I took part in. So I work closely with Red Bull and they are amazing. So I've got a community group called the Say Yes Club, and Red Bull helped me with the Say Yes Club. They help me with my community. They're always there to support and offer just amazing experiences and just, yeah, general support to get people moving. So Red Bull came to me and they said, do you want to do Hyrox? And I was like, yeah, but also I kind of would love for some of my community members to do Hyrox as well. What can we do? And they were like, right, we've got a doubles ticket and we've got a solo ticket, like if you want to do it. And I was like, okay, with the doubles ticket, can I put out a kind of like competition, but not a competition, to see if someone wants to apply almost to come and do a doubles Hyrox with me? And I put it out and oh my God, the stories were unbelievable. So many people writing in about like why they wanted to do this Hyrox and why they needed to get wings from Red Bull to come and do this Hyrox. And there's an amazing girl called Maddie, and she had lost her brother who had taken his own life a few months before. And he was massively into fitness and she wasn't. And when he passed away, she got into fitness and it was her way of feeling closer to him. And she put herself forward for it and was like, I would love to do a Hyrox because my brother Joe would never believe that I'd done a Hyrox. Well, we met 3 days before, went to the gym together, practiced. I was clueless. She was like, she actually knew a little bit more about it than me. And then we met on the day and we went and did this Hyrox together, and oh my word, like the goosebumps, I can't even tell you when we crossed that finish line together. Oh, like it was so emotional, and ever since then she's continued doing fitness and also sharing a lot about her grief and her journey online, which has just been incredible. So yeah, that was amazing. But then they also said, oh, do you want to do a Hyrox the next day like solo? And I was like, obviously because I'm sadistic, I was like, yeah, I kind of just want to know what it's like solo. It is crazy. Hyrox is crazy. I was shell-shocked, and I'm being deadly serious. I remember being on the sled pool, my 2 friends came to cheer me on. I remember looking at them in disbelief going, I can't do it, I can't pull the sled. I wasn't exaggerating, I wasn't being dramatic. I'm literally going, I'm looking at them, there's footage, I think they've got videos, I slot them in, of me going, I can't do it. So, moral of the story, I went in a day after I'd already done the doubles, and I wasn't trained for it, okay? And I wasn't being like ignorant at all. It was an opportunity, it was a chance to do something, it was a chance to take someone along with me. I was like, I'm gonna do it. However, this time I'm obviously a lot more trained, so we can talk about the training. So I've been doing an 8-week plan with Jake Dearden, who is an elite Hyrox athlete, Red Bull athlete, elite, unbelievable guy. He's been training me. How amazing is that? And how did I get there? Well, the thing is, how did I get doing another Hyrox? How am I being trained by Jake Dearden? What the hell is going on? I'm running the nation next year. I'm going to be covering 5,000 kilometers over 99 days. I am a runner and I'm used to that kind of training. And I made a decision to spend the rest of this year just doing a lot of uncomfortable kind of high intensity training that would really like increase my engine and like also like play with my mindset a bit as well. And I thought, oh, Hyrox would be perfect because it's so hard to go in the gym and train when you just like haven't got a reason to do it. Like, oh, I'm just going to make myself really sick doing burpees for no reason. I kind of needed a purpose and something to aim towards. So I chose a Hyrox and I had 8 weeks. And then Red Bull reached out and was like, listen, we've got this amazing opportunity. It's called Road to Hyrox with Red Bull. And we actually want to put it out there, hopefully in the future. We need some guinea pigs. Do you want to be a guinea pig? I was like, yes, I want to be a guinea pig. When I found out Jake Dearden was the coach. So Jake Dearden has trained me for the whole thing. I'm talking like, by the way, like he doesn't just like put like the PDF together and send it like we chat. All right, we're in chatting. He's been unbelievable, like WhatsApping me and like, you know, helping me with all my weaknesses, which there's quite a lot of weaknesses. Putting the plan together, adapting my plan. We've been working together throughout the whole thing. And then I did tell him that during my training block, I had a 58k ultra that I had to do, but we'll come back to that. He weren't happy. So basically, yeah, I've been being coached by Jake Dearden. How has the training been going? Well, I'm not very good at pulling. Just realised that I've thrown myself under the bus then, because I can pull, because I'm obviously like in the club and stuff, but pulling as in physically pulling. I found that massive weakness. Rowing, ski erg, sled pull, which I kind of knew that last year because I couldn't pull the sled. Oh my God. Let's talk about my strengths first. Burpee broad jump, bosh, in the bag. Farmer carries, don't know why. Walking lunges, again, don't know why. What else? Running. Duh. Wall balls, not great, but I think no. Does anyone like them? Does anyone like wall balls? Comment. What have I missed? I can't think. Ski, row, push. I'm all right at pushing a sled. Anyway, the pulling stuff I'm not very good at. I think I just don't use my back enough, and I don't strength train it enough and things like that. I'm always just strength training for running. And oh my God, I struggle so much. Like, guys, ski erg, honestly, it's just my nemesis. Even the thought of it makes me sad. So obviously, Jake knowing that, put it in my program every single time I went into the gym, which has obviously been good. But then I went to the gym probably 2 weeks ago, and Chloe, housemate Chloe, friend Chloe, came into the gym with me to do one of my sessions with me, and she said, "Es, you're so good at ski erg." So I think that was really cool. You know, like when you've been doing something and you just think, oh, I'm not getting better, and then someone comes in and she's seen me before do it and I'm just bad. He's been getting me to warm up 3k of ski erg. That's a warm up. I've been warming up 3 kilometers skiing. So yeah, they are going to be my testers: ski erg, rower and sled pull, and then obviously all the other stuff, which is going to be so hard. But in terms of training, how's it gone? Yeah, it's been good. It's been hard. I'm in that bit now. I've got one more session to go, and I'm like, I can't wait for it to be done. And not because I'm not enjoying it, but you know, when you get to the end of anything and you're like, I'm done, get me out, put me in, coach, I'm ready. And a typical kind of session. So what I've been doing, let me break down my week for you. So basically, there's obviously been a lot of running in there, which is great. So I've been doing a long run, anywhere between like 12 to 15k would be my long run. And then I've been doing my intervals. So he's been getting me to do 1k efforts. Ooh. 8 times 1k effort, because obviously you've got to run 8 times 1k in the thing. So I've been doing 8 1 kilometer efforts, and I've just found them so hard. It's so weird. Like, there was this voice note that I sent him where I was like, this is crazy, because when I do a 1k effort, the pace I'm doing it at, I can run quicker in a half marathon consistently. Riddle me that, Jake. And he was like, no, this is like a mind block thing. It's like a real thing. He was like, you even need to do it in a pack of people. Like, you can't do intervals on your own, or get on a treadmill, because then it's like the number's set. But it was so crazy. Like, I could not do a fast kilometer. I had a mental block every time I went to do it. So I don't know how that's going to go on Friday when I go out on the course. I hope I don't have one there. Hopefully not. But yeah, the stimulus just went there. So I've been doing 1k efforts. I've also been doing 1500 meter efforts. I've been doing 5-minute efforts. So like, he's just been changing all of those. And then I have 2 strength training sessions a week, which is pretty much like a lot of pulling, as you can imagine. Pull-ups, lat pull down, a lot of like leg work, like elevated plate split squats. Trying to think what else is in my plan. I've had chest press in there, press ups. So yeah, a lot of like strength training of like those kind of exercises that you're probably really familiar with. And then I would do a simulation style workout once a week. So it would just be a minging Hyrox session basically. So not a full Hyrox, but it'll be all of the things that you use, sometimes not all of them. I might be doing like EMOMs. That's a classic. He loves an EMOM. That is every minute on the minute. Okay, so like, but for example, my EMOM might be a 2.5 minute EMOM. So ignore the every minute on the minute bit. So say you got 2.5 minutes, and he might be like, you need to do 15 calories of a ski, and then you need to do a 50-meter sled push. And then probably something else. And I had 2.5 minutes to do that. I'd wait until the 2.5 minute mark. I'd start again. I'd do it 5 times through. And then we change the whole thing. Now I want you to do 15 calorie row and burpee broad jumps. And then I do it, wait 5 times through. So those ones have been very challenging. I've been trying to take a friend to the gym with me every time I do those because they're just so hard on the brain and the mindset. And then, yeah, a gentle run. So quite a lot of training. And yeah, I suppose, like, what are my expectations for Friday? I mean, I did my simulation. And I did about 80% of what I've got to do on the day, and it was actually really amazing because when I did it, my friend Liv came with me to F45 and they gave me the space to use so I could actually just get in the zone and do it, because in the gym obviously it's hard to simulate because you've got to go from like pieces of equipment and people and stuff. So I was able to really like lock in. And I knew Jake had made my plan not a full sim because I was meant to do a full sim and I couldn't get it in, and then we had to change it because it was getting too close to the race day. And I knew he'd made it less because he'd made my runs 500 meters. So in my head, I thought everything's half. And I was doing the sled pull. I think I'd done ski, I'd done push, or like, no, I was on sled pull. I'd got to push and I said to Liv, if this is double the amount, I can't do this. And like, how have I been training for 8 weeks? I can't, Liv, I'm gonna be here for hours doing the sled pull, or like minutes. And she looked it up and we realised all of my stations were the same as race day, except my burpee broad jump was 50 meters instead of 80, and my wall balls at the end was 75 reps instead of 100. But every station was exactly what I was doing on race day, and then my runs were half. When I found that out, oh my God, it changed so much. If I'd have done that, yeah, and I hadn't have figured that out or realised it, or it was half, I would not be feeling confident going in. But that was such a cool thing to happen because it made me feel confident. It's all just a mindfuck, basically. It's all just pretend. But because I now know that I've done all the full stations, I was like, I'm going to win. I won't win. So what is my expectation? So when I went out a year ago and did it, it was the day after I'd obviously done it with lovely Maddie. It was Thanksgiving with my American friends that night. So kind of getting involved, and then got up the next day and went and did it. I was Struggle City. I think I did it in like an hour 36 or something like that, which is obviously amazing. Like, I've trained for 8 weeks. My goal, people get, guys, I've realised something. It translates into every sport. There's always a what time you're going for in everything. You know, like in a marathon, people will be like, what time are you going for? And for some weird, crazy reason, it's become sub 4. I want a sub 4. I really want a sub 4. And like people do 4:01, they're like, oh, I want a sub 4. And I'm like, it's the same in Hyrox, but I don't know the times. So someone said to me, what time are you going for? I said, stop. I don't know. I want to do better than 1:36. Do not tell me right now, do not tell me what the equivalent of a sub 4 marathon is in Hyrox. I do not want to know. So that's the answer to what are my expectations. I want to go out there, go in. You've worked hard for 8 weeks and this is what you were capable of. And I really want to enjoy it. Like, I really want to. I ain't winning. I would imagine holding one of those flags. Unbelievable. I see it on my Instagram, you know, and they're like, I won't be holding a flag, all right? Let's just face it. But I know what I'm like. Sometimes I'm a bit like, if someone told me the time, it's like, if you get this time, you could hold a flag. I would be I'd go out there and be like, I'm just gonna try it. And then I'd probably get halfway through and be like, you're never gonna do it. And then I would have not enjoyed it. I don't wanna know the best time, how to get a flag. I just wanna go out there. So that's what my expectations are. I suppose any issues I've had so far would just be my lack of pulling ability, and the fact I did a 58k ultra marathon 6 weeks into my training plan. Now let's talk about that. So I had to do an ultra. I had to do an ultra this year before the year started. Mentally, I had to. I could not go into the new year not doing an ultra. I just couldn't, because I needed to test my body. I needed to be able to go to the physio and tell him everything. I needed to understand the feeling of an ultra before I go and do it next year, because I haven't done an ultra for about 18 months. I was like, I need to do one. I was looking and looking and looking. I could not find one in December. Now, don't at me right now. I know what's going to happen. You're going to be commenting going, there's one next week. Okay? Past Esmee couldn't find one. Maybe there are some now. My friends were like, we're running the Wirral Way Run Ultra. I said, oh, the Winter Wirral Ultra. I said, amazing, sounds great. When is it? It was like 2 weeks ago. I said to Jake very loud and clear at the start, Jake, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to win this. All right, I am an ultra runner and I've got an ultra. And he actually was quite positive about it. He's like, okay, we'll keep your long runs long and we'll just go with it. So actually he was amazing because I did throw something in. I went to Cape Town and I was meant to be presenting on the finish line, the Cape Town Marathon that got cancelled, and interviewing people. And then while I was there, I entered a race, a trail race, and I didn't tell him. And I came fourth in this trail race in Cape Town. First Brit, bearing in mind, I ran up a mountain and back down. They live there. I came fourth. So I texted Jake and he said, how's your training this weekend? Have you found a gym in Cape Town? I said, babes, I just got fourth in the Cape Town trail race. And he was like, wow, okay. Yeah, do you want me to change your plan for Monday? Because, and I said, darling, I feel fine. And I was trying to be really cool, like, didn't touch the sides, you know? I was trying to be cool. So I've done a few of those to him throughout this. I think he's probably enjoyed it. I'm speaking for him, we'll find out one day. So yeah, the ultra probably wasn't a great idea, but whatever, we did it. Went out, 58k, I like chose to do the first half pushing and then the second half tired. And I was tired, okay. I pushed very, very fast on the beginning bit and then I hated the second half. But I wanted to do that because I just wanted to get myself into a horrible headspace. I know it sounds really weird, but I just wanted to go to that headspace to be like, Ez, you do realise you've got to do this 99 times. So I went there and overall, glutes were a little bit sore. And actually, last week's episode or the week before, last week's I think, is me speaking with my best friend who's an osteo about what happened out there and how it affected my body. So actually watch that because I'll go more into depth about it. But basically, few bits and pieces, but I should be fine. Hyrox. So yeah, now this is the burning question, okay? I'm being serious, I am not joking when I say this. Are you ready? Do I need to fake tan for Hyrox? Because I'm being serious, okay? I'm looking at my kit, what am I gonna wear? So I thought, you know, I know what to wear when I run. Started having a look at people, just seeing what do we wear, what are we talking about, what's in style, what's the fash out there. People fake tan. I mean, no issues here at all. Love that for them. Do I fake tan is my first question. Second, kit I'm thinking of wearing. I have this kit that I love, this On set. It's like black bottoms and a black top. And it's like super, you don't feel like you're wearing anything. I'm gonna get that now. But I wore it yesterday and I've washed it. Have I washed it? I don't think. The thing is, I don't actually know what trainers I'm gonna wear. So that is really good that this has happened because I hadn't even thought about trainers for Hyrox. But anyway, cross that bridge in a sec. This is what I was thinking of wearing. This is my top and these are my bottoms. The reason I love this is because I feel like I'm wearing nothing. Like they're so lightweight and it's like a little two-piece. I just feel like it's a bit boring. It's not boring, but as in like I see people in like really like bright, I'm usually in really bright colours, but I just know that's comfortable. Also, like the gals are sexy. They're like in booty shorts and like tiny little like bikini bras, like, and I'm like, fucking hell, they look amazing. But I have to remember, like, I'm not a Hyrox, like, I'm not a Hyrox person. Just be me. I can't go out trying to look like they are amazing. So yeah, I'm thinking of wearing this. And then trainer wise, hang on. Just want to make sure that this is a bit wet because I've washed it. Just to make sure I don't put it on the sofa. Trainer otherwise, oh my God. So obviously I need to be able to run, because these are really good like shoes for training, because I think the grip for them would be amazing for like all the sled push and pull. Like the grip is really good, they're spongy and stuff like that. However, I cannot run in these, because I know this for a fact, because I accidentally took these to an event once and we had to run, and they're training shoes, they're like strong. They didn't have like as much cushion and like bounce in them, and I felt, do you know how I felt? Like I had weights attached to me. You know that feeling when you're running and you run into the ground? Do you know that feeling? Like just heavy. I felt like that. So I don't know. And then these ones are amazing for running, because, and these are my favourite ones, because look at that cushion. Look how big that cushion is. Like, look at that. That cushion on it. That is so thick there. All of that. It is, oh my God, honestly. These are what I'm probably looking at using next year, because they're for the road parts, because it feels like memory foam mattress running. These are my favourite running trainers. But the only problem we have with these is I don't know if I could, like, because basically I saw this girl that I know, and she's amazing at Hyrox, and she, oh my God, it's so heartbreaking. She was doing doubles with, her name's Bryony, and she was doing doubles with Andy. It was either Bryony or Clementine, I can't remember. Anyway, and they slipped on the push, because the trainers they wore these like trainers that are really good for running, and they hadn't tested them, and she can't, it's really heartbreaking. You see the video, and she's trying to push the sled, and she's slipping as she's pushing it, and like obviously it just like slowed down. It was really sad, horrible. I felt so bad, because she's such an amazing athlete. That scares me, that part. Like if they're not the right shoe for the sled, that will be a problem. And then they haven't got carbon plates in them. Who am I? Like I'm, you know, I'm going out for podium. These are my light spray. They are 500 grams. That is the shoe. That is it. That is it. 500 grams. Honestly, it's so light. So these would be amazing, just sitting on Shay's tail. They would be amazing because they are carbon, they have got cushion. I would just, that looks good. I would just need to, oh. Okay, I need to test every one of them. That's my kit. Also, they're all yellow, the bottoms, so I'm definitely going to do yellow because it's my favourite colour and it'll give me luck. So that's what I'm thinking of wearing. I kind of wish that I printed my kit. I know, do people need that? Oh God, I'm such a runner. Like, do people have their name in Hyrox? And like, no? I'm going to do some research tonight. Faketan being one of them. So yeah. So yeah, that's it really. That was my training. How it's gone, what I'm expecting. I want to have a good time. Also, once I do this Hyrox and I'm finished, like this is it, guys. We are going in on the training for the ultra. Like I have got, from when I do my Hyrox, I have a month to a 50k ultra in London. So yeah, I think I do feel a bit emotional about it, because I remember starting this Hyrox being like, okay, I'm going to spend 8 weeks in the gym, high intensity training, doing a Hyrox. Then I'll start my training for like the nation's 5k. Now it's here. I'm like, oh my God, 8 weeks went like that. Now I'm in and I'm on the plan. And I think Hyrox was a really good way, like doing that plan, because it stopped me feeling overstimulated by the training that I've got to do. So it felt like a bit of a break from what I've got to do, and now it's done. And I have got to get so serious now, which I am, about my training, because honestly, speaking to Tim last week, that you need to watch that, like seeing all the stuff he was saying that could happen when I'm out there. And I've also got physio next Thursday. I'm doing a full body check, and then we start. I'm having weekly physio, like this. We're starting the training plan. So yeah, wish me luck in my Hyrox. I'm sure we'll debrief. in the monthly wrap up. And do you know what? Just always remember, stay in your own lane. That's what I'm going to do out there. Don't find out the average or the good times. Just have a good time. Let's go to the gym because I've got my final session. So the aim here is to keep stroke volume high but not create a big amount of lactate in the system. Smooth and fast but not too hard. So option 1, this should be completed the day. So move smooth and fast but don't go too hard. A little lactate but not for too long. I can, oh, another EMOM. So I can do 1 minute of 9 to 12 calorie ski or rise. See? Ski! He makes me do it every time. Minute 2, I'll do a 30-second shuttle run. Then minute 3, I'll do burpee box jumps. And then I'll just basically do that for 24 minutes. So I'll just go round and round and round and round and round. That's option 1. Option 2 is a 3 to 5k easy run at conversational pace. Strides for 100 meters and then walk back and recover. Oh, do you know what? I want to pick easy run, but I'm actually not. I'm gonna pick option 1. And then I've got afterwards some like shoulder rotations and stuff like that. Thread the needles, got some hip rotations, some hip gliding, some deep squat rotations. I've got some, yeah, just loads of like side plank, clamshells, core primer. And then I've got 6 to 8 single leg kettlebell deadlift, 6 to 8 single leg kettlebell squats, and then some swings. Keep everything comfortable weight and focus on good movement. I am going to do option 1 because I know I feel okay about the run. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's go to the gym.